everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Texans going up against the Bengals. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Passing, it's Dalton. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's brought down after a good gain. On this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Second down, Dalton, and he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give, this is their fullback. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's second and 2. Dalton gives to Bernard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Third and 2 for Dalton. And this is brought in by Pryor. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Now Bernard. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One thing that you find out on a sweep play is the fortitude of the people running it, because that is a run And then there's some contact when you finally get to the edge. And those guys who can hold that point of attack and hold up on that contact, they create the plays that we just saw there. Really nice play by the defensive guys.
Dalton throwing on second down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield, and now it's fourth down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Now a play fake here on first down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run again with Bernard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They send Green to the left on his own. Now Dalton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Hit as he threw it. Charles, that ball's got to come out quicker.
It does, and the way that happens, know where you need to go with the ball in pre-snap. Has to read the coverage, has to have a great idea so he knows he can get rid of it right now to an open receiver.
Because he had no back in there to protect him with that 5-wide set.
So you know what, you become your own blitz control because you've got to deliver the ball and know you're going to get hit.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
You got three, fellas, you got three. Nice, Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. With a wide receiver, Fuller. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Houston 1st. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate. To me, that's a superior play by the backer, because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him, because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them. Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Again, it's Miller. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, Miller. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Matt Darr now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Here's Matt Darr now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
23 yards on the play.
Well, after watching that throw and catch on that corner route, you just have to know they put some time in working on it after that.
Practice makes perfect. Worked out well there. And now a first down following that long gain. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Miller, the lone setback. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Floyd. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Floyd as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On the screen, Bernard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time, and it's 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at about the 28. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll make it across the 20, as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. It's Miller. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 39 that time.
You know what's really hard for a big-time running back? Is patience. Being able to hang in there when the runs aren't there, when you're taking some hits early in the game. With this drive, he's come alive, and in a big way, now he's starting to gallop.
They come out here in the eye. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown as a Houston Texan. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Think the Houston Texans are happy to have Lamar Miller in their uniform?
Without a doubt. Just remember, in order to run an offense, and when it runs at its best, you have a good runner that can control things. Control time on the clock, eat up yardage on the ground, make throws better for your quarterback. And Lamar Miller is what we call a green zone runner. Remember the red zone's from the 20-yard line going in, the green zone's from the 10 going in. Great patience and great pop as he finds the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Dalton, 1st and 10. On the right side, caught by Green. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. It's second down. Dalton looking. He's got time in the pocket. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Dalton now to pass. And able to find Green. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. And Dalton to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They come out here in the eye. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back to throw. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Miller, the lone setback, and he'll get it up the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And, boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield. But that one goes incomplete.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's brought down after a good game. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, the flat-out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? Partners, a lot of fun.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Giovanni Bernard taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go now.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and that'll make it 3rd down.
There's not much pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Dalton to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
2nd down, Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. Dalton, 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know I'm not giving enough credit to the defenders because that pass was incomplete. But come on, it was A.J. Green. I always expect him to come up with the ball.
Yeah, on those deep routes especially, even on incompletions, it's fun to watch him run those routes.
It certainly is. Boy, he eats up ground, and he usually goes up and gets it.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But
now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Passing. It's Dalton. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. And now out comes Houston. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Miller, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Back to throw here. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Vontez Burfict, the one to get him down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
That's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say, the ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
This will be caught at about the 3. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Their dangerous wide receiver, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. And it's good, so that will get them back within one score. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They come out here in the eye. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They begin with a run by Miller. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Here we go now. Boom, that's Billy. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it again with Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And they only need a little bit here. 3rd down and very short. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. They'll look to throw here. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Fielded just inside the 30. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if they said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. Now, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled. And while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that play is a statistic. It's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
That's such a close game, a very big one. He's got his man here. It's Green. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Whitney Merciless. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. They send Green to the left on his own. It's do or die for Dalton, surveying the field. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.